Hey everyone, it's Bebster01 here, back with another Honkai Star Rail video. Today, we're diving deep into the meta with a ranking of the top 5 best limited 5-star characters currently in the game. Now, before we get started, I want to emphasize something important. Almost all the characters in Honkai Star Rail have their unique strengths and niches. And just because a character isn't included in this list doesn't mean they're bad by any means. The purpose of this list is to highlight those who are currently excelling in the game's meta, providing unparalleled utility, damage, or support within their roles. I also want to mention that in my last ranking video of the top 5 worst characters, the reception was quite divided. So this time, I want to clarify that this list is as objective and meta-based as possible. This isn't about favoritism, backstories, or any other subjective factors. We're purely focusing on gameplay and how these characters can bring the most value to your teams right now. With that said, let's dive right into the ranking. Coming in at number 5, we have Robin. Robin is a 5-star character following the Path of Harmony, representing the physical element. She's not just another support character. Robin has established herself as one of the best buffers in the game, capable of elevating your team's performance to new heights. Let's break down why she's so effective. First and foremost, Robin's ability to provide offensive buffs is unmatched. Her skill alone delivers a massive 50% damage buff to the entire team for 3 of her turns. This isn't just a short burst of power, it's a lasting and reliable boost that helps maintain your team's damage output without the need for constant micromanagement. But it doesn't stop there. Robin's talent further enhances her team's damage by granting a permanent 20% crit damage boost to all allies. These two abilities combined make her an invaluable asset, particularly for teams that rely on consistent damage output. However, what truly sets Robin apart is her ultimate. When activated, it puts her into the Concerto state, advancing the actions of all allies by 100%. This means your team gets to take immediate additional turns, which is especially powerful in follow-up attack teams. During the Concerto state, Robin gains a fixed speed of 90 and becomes immune to crowd control effects and speed changes. This ensures that Robin can continuously contribute significant damage thanks to the triggering of her physical damage based on her allies' actions. Unlike other support characters whose personal damage might be negligible, Robin's contribution during her ultimate is vital to the overall team performance. But like any character, Robin isn't without her drawbacks. Her ultimate has a high cost of 160 energy, and while she does have ways to regain energy, it can be inconsistent at times. Additionally, Robin's personal damage output benefits the most from fast-acting allies. If your team lacks this speed, you might not get the most out of her Concerto state. However, these issues are relatively minor compared to the immense value she brings to a team. Robin's strategic value is further heightened by her skill point efficiency. Her skill's duration is tied to her own turns, making it last longer and thus more resource efficient. This, combined with her ability to adapt to various team compositions, makes Robin a top-tier support who can fit into almost any team setup, whether it's focused on follow-up attacks or not. Building Robin is also straightforward, which is a nice change of pace compared to other support characters. Since her speed is fixed during Concerto, you don't need to invest heavily in speed stats. Instead, focus on maximizing her attack and ensuring she has enough energy regeneration to frequently use her ultimate. This makes Robin one of the easiest support characters to build effectively. Robin is a powerhouse harmony character who brings a unique combination of buffs, utility, and damage. Her ability to advance her teammates' actions while contributing significant damage herself makes her an invaluable asset for any player looking to optimize their team's performance. Whether you're using her in specialized follow-up teams or more general compositions, Robin's versatility and power ensure that she remains a top-tier character in any roster. At number 4, we have Aventurine, a 5-star character from the imaginary element who follows the path of preservation. Aventurine isn't just your typical tank. He brings a level of sustain and utility that is second to none, making him one of the best defensive characters in Honkai Star Rail. Aventurine's strength lies in his ability to provide excellent and consistent shielding. His skill, Fortified Wager, allows him to generate and stack shields that can block up to 24% of his defense, plus an additional flat value for 3 turns. What makes Aventurine's shields so powerful is their ability to stack, meaning that with repeated use, the shield can reach up to 48% defense, making it one of the strongest protective barriers in the game. This level of shielding ensures that your team can survive even the most prolonged battles without taking significant damage. But Aventurine isn't just about defense. His kit also offers substantial offensive utility. His ultimate, with its low energy cost of 110, inflicts the unnerved debuff on enemies, which increases the crit damage they take. This debuff is particularly useful for boosting the overall damage output of your team. The ultimate also grants a random number of blind bet points, which fuel Aventurine's follow-up attack, a powerful strike that scales off his defense and contributes to toughness damage, making him highly effective against strong enemies. Aventurine's build should focus heavily on defense, as all his damage and shield values scale with this stat. His traces further enhance his defensive and offensive capabilities, providing additional shields, energy regeneration, and a significant crit rate boost based on his defense. This makes Aventurine not only a defensive powerhouse, but also a surprisingly effective damage dealer. His Eidolons, while not necessary for him to excel, offer powerful enhancements that can elevate his performance even further. These include additional crit damage to shielded allies and debuffs on enemies with his basic attack, which further boosts both his damage output and team survivability. Aventurine shines brightest in follow-up attack teams where his ability to stack shields and deal toughness damage is maximized. Characters like Dr. Ratio and Topaz, who frequently trigger follow-up attacks, pair exceptionally well with Aventurine. However, his utility and self-sufficiency make him an excellent addition to any team composition, providing unparalleled survivability and offensive support. One of the best things about Aventurine is his ease of play. His gameplay is straightforward. Use his skill when shields are needed and focus on maximizing his follow-up attacks and ultimate. This simplicity, combined with his powerful kit, makes him an ideal sustain unit for both new and experienced players. Aventurine stands out as one of the best sustain units in Honkai Star Rail. His ability to provide strong, stackable shields, coupled with his offensive utility and follow-up synergies, makes him an invaluable asset to any team. Whether you're using him in specialized follow-up teams or more general compositions, Aventurine's versatility, simplicity, and raw power ensure that he will remain a cornerstone of team survivability for a long time to come. Next up, at number 3, we have Firefly, a 5-star character from the fire element who follows the path of destruction. Firefly is a break-focused unit who excels in weakness break scenarios, making her a formidable force in any team composition. Firefly's kit is designed around maximizing weakness break potential. Her ultimate, despite its high cost of 240 energy, is the centerpiece of her strategy. When activated, Firefly enters the complete combustion state, advancing her turn by 100% and gaining a variety of buffs, including increased speed, damage reduction, effect resistance, and enhanced weakness break efficiency. This state also grants her access to enhanced basic attack and enhanced skill, both of which are designed to break enemy defenses with ease. One of the key aspects of Firefly's kit is her ability to apply fire weakness to enemies. Her enhanced skill implants this weakness onto the main target, allowing her to exploit enemy vulnerabilities more effectively. This is particularly useful in teams focused on breaking enemy toughness, as Firefly's ability to consistently apply fire weakness ensures that your team can capitalize on these opportunities for maximum damage. Firefly's talent also plays a crucial role in her effectiveness. It provides additional damage reduction based on her HP, maxing out when her HP is at or below 20%. During her ultimate, she maintains this maximum damage reduction and gains additional effect resistance, making her nearly impervious to debuffs. This talent also ensures that Firefly starts each battle with at least 50% max energy, allowing her to quickly regain her ultimate and maintain her offensive pressure. One of Firefly's biggest strengths is her self-sufficiency when it comes to energy. Her skill consumes 40% of her max HP to deal significant damage and recover up to 60% of her max energy, making it easy for her to re-enter the complete combustion state. This ability to sustain her ultimate usage is crucial in longer battles, where maintaining consistent pressure on the enemy is key. Firefly's bonus traces further emphasize her focus on break damage. Her A2 trace allows her to deal toughness damage to enemies not weak to fire, while her A4 trace converts toughness-reducing damage into super break damage when she attacks a broken enemy. Her A6 trace enhances her break effect by converting excess attack into additional break effect, making her exceptionally proficient at breaking enemy defenses. Firefly also possesses some of the most overpowered early eidolons in the entire game, namely her E1 and E2. Her E1 makes her enhanced skill ignore 15% defense and consume no skill points. This eidolon instantly transforms her from being skill point negative to positive and makes it that much easier to reach 100% defense reduction with the right setups. E2 is also extremely impressive, making it so that whenever an enemy is defeated or broken while under complete combustion, Sam gets an extra turn, with a 1-turn cooldown between triggering this effect. Basically, you get Seal's Resurgence, but without the need to worry about skill point, since you're already past E1 at this point. However, Firefly does have some drawbacks. She requires specific team setups and stat investments to reach her peak performance. The Harmony Trailblazer is an essential teammate for Firefly, providing the additional break effect and super break damage she needs to decimate enemies. Without the Trailblazer, Firefly's damage output is significantly diminished. Additionally, Firefly's best teammate option, Ruan May, is a highly contested character, which can make it difficult to optimize her team. Despite these challenges, Firefly remains one of the most potent break-focused characters in the game. Her ability to consistently apply fire weakness and deal tremendous toughness damage makes her a valuable asset in any team composition focused on weakness break strategies. With the right support, Firefly can decimate even the toughest foes, making her a must-have character for players looking to dominate in combat. Firefly is an incredibly powerful break-focused character with a high ceiling for performance. Her synergistic kit, self-sufficiency, and ability to consistently exploit enemy weaknesses make her one of the best investments in Honkai Star Rail. While she requires careful team building and stat investments, the rewards for doing so are immense, making Firefly a top-tier character who can dominate in weakness break scenarios. Taking the number 2 spot is Acaron, a 5-star character from the lightning element who follows the path of nihility. Acaron is an extraordinary DPS character, known for her unique mechanics and immense damage potential. She's a character who can dish out absurd amounts of damage while maintaining versatility in her team composition. Acaron's kit revolves around a stack-based system called /Dream, which she accumulates through her skill or when allies apply debuffs on enemies. These stacks are crucial for charging her ultimate, a series of powerful attacks that can decimate enemies in both single-target and AoE scenarios. What makes Acaron truly unique is her ability to ignore weakness types and 20% resistance during her ultimate, making her an incredibly universal DPS option. One of the most intriguing aspects of Acaron's kit is her self-buffing capabilities. With 2 other Nihility units on her team, Acaron gains a permanent 1.6x separate damage multiplier, making her one of the strongest self-buffing characters in the game. This synergy with Nihility characters not only boosts her damage output, but also allows her to perform at a high level across a wide range of combat scenarios. Acaron's ultimate is where she truly shines. Unlike other characters, her ultimate doesn't require energy, but instead uses the /Dream stacks. Once she reaches 9 points, she can activate her ultimate, unleashing a series of Rainblade attacks that remove Crimson Knot stacks from enemies. The damage from these attacks scales based on the number of Crimson Knot stacks removed, with the potential to deal massive AoE damage. The ultimate culminates in a finishing move, Stygian Resurge, which clears all Crimson Knot stacks and delivers a devastating final blow. Acaron's talent further enhances the effectiveness of her ultimate by reducing enemies' all-type resistance during its activation and allowing her to accumulate and transfer Crimson Knot stacks. This mechanic adds a layer of depth to her playstyle, requiring players to carefully manage stacks and target selection to maximize damage output. Building Acaron effectively requires careful investment in her gear and teammates. Her best light cones and Nihility teammates are not always easy to obtain, and her optimal performance requires thoughtful preparation and synergy with other debuffing units. However, the rewards for doing so are immense, as Acaron's damage output can reach levels that are nearly unmatched in the game. Acaron's Eidolons offer significant enhancements to her kit, with her E2 being particularly valuable. This Eidolon reduces the number of Nihility characters required to achieve the highest possible effect for her A4 trace by 1, allowing for much more flexible team compositions. It also generates 1 point of Slash Dream every turn, drastically increasing her ultimate recharge rate and cementing her status as one of the most devastating DPS characters in the game. Acaron is a top-tier DPS character with a unique playstyle centered around debuffs and stack management. Her unparalleled self-buffing capabilities, combined with her powerful ultimate, make her a force to be reckoned with in any combat situation. While she requires careful investment and a well-constructed team to reach her full potential, Acaron's ability to consistently deliver massive damage and her flexibility in team compositions make her one of the best long-term investments in Honkai Star Rail. And finally, taking the top spot on our list is none other than Ruan May. Ruan May is a 5-star character from the Ice element who follows the path of harmony. She's not just the best support character in Honkai Star Rail, she's a game changer. Ruan May's strength lies in her ability to enhance both the damage output and break efficiency of her entire team. Her skill, which grants the Overtone buff, lasts for 3 turns and significantly increases all allies' damage while boosting their weakness break efficiency. This powerful combination accelerates the process of breaking enemies and ensures that allies can take full advantage of the vulnerable state of broken enemies, maximizing their damage during this critical window. But Ruan May doesn't just stop at boosting damage. Her ultimate creates a field that grants all allies all-type resistance penetration, a rare and highly effective buff that can drastically increase the team's overall damage output. Additionally, during the duration of her ultimate, ally attacks apply a debuff called the Natatoplum Rebloom to enemies. This debuff triggers when enemies attempt to recover from weakness break, delaying their action and dealing additional ice break damage. This mechanic allows Ruan May to extend the duration of enemy break states, further enhancing the team's ability to exploit these opportunities for massive damage. Ruan May's talent provides a permanent 10% speed boost to all allies, which is crucial for meeting specific speed thresholds and optimizing turn order in battles. Additionally, whenever an ally breaks an enemy, Ruan May automatically deals additional damage equal to 120% of her ice break damage without needing to be the one initiating the break. This feature not only amplifies her contribution to the team's overall damage, but also allows her to benefit from the break effect stat even when she's not directly breaking enemies. Her bonus traces further elevate her supportive capabilities. Her A2 trace increases all allies' break effect, while her A4 trace regenerates energy at the start of her turn, ensuring she can maintain her powerful buffs more consistently. The A6 trace is particularly noteworthy, as it enhances her skill's damage bonus based on her break effect, potentially increasing it to an impressive level, making Ruan May one of the most impactful support characters in the game. Ruan May's unique abilities make her a top-tier support character, especially in teams focused on break mechanics like Firefly and Boothill, which both greatly appreciate her powerful break buffs. Her synergy with other top-tier Harmony supports like Robin and Sparkle allows her to supercharge damage dealers and maintain strong team performance throughout battles. She is also well-suited for double carry compositions like Kafka Dot and Topaz follow-up teams, where her buffs can keep multiple damage dealers effective simultaneously. Ruan May's ability to contribute significant damage of her own further establishes her role as an indispensable member of any team, focused on quickly breaking enemies and maximizing damage during their vulnerable states. Ruan May is a powerhouse support character who excels at enhancing her team's damage and break efficiency. Her unique abilities, combined with her synergy with other Harmony supports, and her potential for significant damage contribution, make her one of the most valuable additions to any player's roster. Virtually without downsides, and arguably the strongest and most valuable Harmony character in the game, Ruan May's impact on the battlefield is undeniable, and she is poised to be a staple in the meta for a long time to come. And that wraps up our list of the top 5 best limited 5-star characters in Honkai Star Rail. I hope you found this breakdown helpful and that it gives you some insights into the current meta. Remember, this list is meant to be objective and based purely on gameplay performance. Whether you're a veteran player or just starting out, these characters are all fantastic options that can bring incredible value to your teams. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Let me know in the comments who your favorite limited 5-star character is, and if there's anyone you think deserves a spot on this list. Thanks for watching, and keep spreading positivity.